Hola amigos, here is our vocabulario nuevo, our new vocab for this chapter, las diversiones. So please make sure that you have printed off the vocab sheet, or if you don't have a printer, you can handwrite your vocab on line paper or fill it out using Cami, whichever is best for you in order to keep a written version of your vocabulary words. And please make sure you're using these vocabulary words that I'm going to present to you, follow along with the video, not looking on the internet for other words that may give you the incorrect translations. So we're going to get started. If you need to pause at any time, please make sure you do so. Make sure you pay attention to spelling, practice the pronunciations, repeat them after me, and here we go. All right, so we're talking about amusement park words, zoo vocabulary for this first set of vocabulary. So we have los autitos chocadores, our bumper cars. What this literally means are little autos that crash. We have another word for ticket, which is el boleto. In the earlier part of this year, we had las entradas for tickets. That's just a regional difference between words. We're going to focus on el boleto for this chapter. Roller coaster is la montaña rusa. La vuelta al mundo is a Ferris wheel. A trip around the world is what it literally means. Aquarium is el acuario. Notice that's with a C and not a Q like in English. Fair is la feria. Museum is el museo. Amusement park is el parque de diversiones. And zoo is el zoológico. And that's got a lot of O's in it, and we pronounce each one individually, zoológico. So it's not zoológico, it's not zoológico, zoológico. To be afraid or to be scared is tener miedo. And if I want to say how scary, that's que miedo. Now, in Spanish, we have this a lot, and it doesn't have the same quite effect in English as it does in Spanish. But we say que something when we want to say, wow, that's really blank. So in this case, que miedo would be that's really scary. It's not a question of like, how scary is it? It's saying, wow, that's scary, kind of thing. So the best translation that we can make from that into English is how scary. But it's kind of more a different kind of translation than that. It's more like, wow, that's really scary. It's an exclamation. All right, next we have some animals. We have whale is la ballena. Fish is el pez, and plural is los peces. Now, el pez is, we spoke about this earlier in the year when we learned pets. El pez is like a pet fish or a live fish. We've also learned the word pescado, which is food, cooked fish. So we're focusing on the live ones. Turtle is la tortuga. A seal is la foca. Lion is el león. Tiger, el tigre. A bear is el oso. If you remember the show Special Agent Oso, that's why his name was Oso. He's a bear. Kangaroo is el canguro. Penguin, el pingüino. And for penguin, we have this umlaut. That's what those two dots are called, is an umlaut. And that's something that's not very common to see in Spanish, but we put it there so that we get the gua sound in front of this I. Otherwise, it'd be pinguino. So we want to make sure we get the gua, and that's what that umlaut is there for. Monkey is el mono. Hippopotamus is el hipopótamo. Giraffe is la jirafa. And then we're going to go to the back. So we're going to focus mostly on our vocabulary for amusement park and animals. But next week, we'll be talking about extending invitations, and they might show up a little bit in our vocabulary this week just for practices. So we're going to fill out the back of your vocab sheet as well, which is extending those invitations. So to extend an invitation, we're going to say, would you like to come with me, or would you like to accompany me to? ¿Quieres acompañarme a? Would you like to accompany me to blank? If I want to ask if you would like something, we're going to say te gustaría. You like is te gusta, so you would like is te gustaría. I invite or I'll treat you, te invito. To accept an invitation, you could say, of course, claro que sí. I would like, me gustaría. Or yes, I would love to, sí me encantaría. And then to decline, you could say, what a shame, qué lástima. You could talk on your cell phone, el teléfono celular. And to call someone, like by phone, is llamar. When you're talking on the phone, you might leave a message, dejar un mensaje. A phone call is la llamada. Again, to call someone is llamar. A lot of places when they answer the phone, they say aló. If I want to ask if someone was there, I would say está. If I'm saying they're not here, no, no está. May I speak with? Puedo hablar con. And then one moment is un momento. This is kind of old school vocab because no one really calls someone and gets someone else on the phone anymore, but we're going to go with it. To send a message is mandar or mandar un mensaje. To take pictures, tomar fotos. And then we have some time vocabulary. So we have the word with is con. Weekend is el fin de semana. The day before yesterday is anteayer. So we learned yesterday was ayer. Ante means before, so before yesterday. Last year is el año pasado. Then or so is entonces. Then or later is luego. Later on is más tarde. And finally is por fin. And then last we have last week is la semana pasada. So those are your vocab words for this chapter. Again, we're going to focus on the amusement words first for this first week, and then next week we will look at the invitation words. Adios.